Hi, excuse me. Can I interview you for my YouTube channel?
Sorry, 1 second. What's that?
Can I interview you for my YouTube channel?
Sure.
It's about your feet. I'm a barefoot photographer.
Okay.
Cool about that?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Let's sit down over here.
Okay.
About 10 minutes.
As long as you're just like 6 feet apart.
All right.
Okay.
No problem. You have to sit right here.
Cool. I'll show you.
All right. All right. So what just happened just now?
You came up to me and asked for an interview.
Okay. And what is it about?
About my feet.
Okay. How did you feel about that? What was your initial reaction? What was the emotions that you felt?
I was a little weirded out at first, but I mean, I'm okay with doing an interview, so.
Why was you weirded out?
Just because like I don't know you. You're a stranger, so it was just a little weird, but that's okay.
Can you attach that to an emotion?
To emotion?
Yeah.
I mean, I was a little like nervous, but I mean now like it's fine.
Okay. So would anxious be a good word?
Yeah, anxious.
Anxious?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was a stranger.
Yes.
Okay. So what do you think about your feet?
My feet?
Yeah.
They're a little sore right now because I just went for a run.
Okay.
So, but I mean, my feet are fine, I guess.
Do you think you have pretty feet?
I wouldn't say they're pretty. I mean, they're just feet. So I have soccer feet, so they're a little gross.
Soccer feet? What does that mean?
Like I have calluses.
Oh, okay.
My nails are chipped, stuff like that.
Have you ever been complimented?
On my feet?
Yeah.
No.
No?
No.
How often do you wear sandals or wear like?
I mean, I wear Birkenstocks all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. How would you feel if a guy complimented you on your feet?
I'd probably laugh at first, and then just be like, okay, thanks.
Why would you laugh?
Just because it's just kind of like an interesting thing to say to someone. Just be like, I like your feet.
Okay. What if you said you have pretty feet? He was really into your feet. Like, wow, you have really pretty feet. Can I give you a foot massage? Can I rub on them, touch on them, kiss on them?
I'd probably say no.
No? Why?
Just because like I wouldn't know that person, or I don't know who he is. So definitely not.
What if it was somebody you knew?
Probably still not. I just don't really like feet.
Okay.
But I mean, the only time I get my feet rubbed is when I go get a pedicure.
So you would turn down a free foot massage from like someone you knew?
Yes.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. All right. Can we see what your feet look like?
No, not right now. No.
You don't want to show your feet?
No.
Why not?
I'm just not a fan of feet.
Your own feet?
No.
Okay. I understand. Do you have any suggestions to my approach? What did you think of my approach? Do you think there should be any modifications, any critiques you have for my approach?
No, I think you did all right.
Okay.
Yeah, you seemed sincere about it, so
okay.
It wasn't like weird or anything.
All right, any parting words?
No, I'm good.
You good? All right, well, thank you very much for this interview.
You're welcome.
Take care. No broken. Hi, excuse me.
Hi.
Can I interview you for my YouTube channel?
For what?
Can I interview you for my YouTube channel?
Sure, sure.
Okay, cool. I'm a barefoot photographer.
Okay.
So I just wanted to ask you about how you feel about foot photography. What do you think of my approach? Because I teach other people how to approach strangers.
Okay.
And foot photography. That's
okay,
cool?
Sounds good. So.
All right, let's sit over here.
All right, cool.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Let's see. Actually, let's sit on the grass.
Okay.
Just facing
so what
me.
do I do?
I'm just going to ask you some questions.
Okay, awesome.
All right. See how this looks. All right, so what just happened just now?
What just happened?
Yeah.
Well, you came up to me, asked me whether I want to do this interview or not, and I said yeah.
Okay, why did you say yes?
I just felt like, I don't know, it's a new change, right?
Yeah.
I do like meeting new people, so I'm like, might as well just kind of go with the flow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what is this interview about?
This interview, something involving photography, right?
Uh-huh. What type of photography?
What type of, well, the photography that you do.
Uh-huh. Which is?
Which is, hold on, let me think. Oh, you're really catching me off guard here. It wasn't headshots, right? God, it was
complete opposite. So head to toe. From head to toe.
Oh,
yeah.
head to toe, like
foot
portraits.
photography. No,
okay.
foot photography.
Huh?
Feet photography.
Feet photography. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a barefoot photographer.
Okay.
Okay. So what do you what were your initial 3-second reaction to my approach to you? How did you feel?
Well, at first I was like, okay, this is interesting. Like, I didn't expect someone to come up to me. But I don't know, you seem pretty approachable, so just wanted to do it.
So how did you feel? Can you attach that to an emotion?
How did I feel?
Yeah.
Sure, okay. I would say I felt like warm.
Felt warm?
I felt like greeted.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So how do you feel about your feet?
How do I feel about my feet?
Yeah.
I don't really have any sort of feeling towards it. I do feel like personally for me, I don't know, I always had man feet. Like that just
Really?
That's like one thing that I've always personally had. So
Okay. So have you been told that, or is that something that you felt internally?
It's kind of a mix of both, I would say. Like,
Okay.
I mean, I come from a very sort of conservative culture where like you're supposed to really embody the feminine ideal, right? You're supposed to look a certain way, sort of be like skinny, even feet wise, like it's supposed to look feminine.
Yeah.
You know, like there's all these sort of like stereotypes that are like thrown around. So
Which culture is this?
this Indian culture, actually.
Indian culture, okay.
And not to shame it, I guess it's understandable, but I've always had some sort of insecurity with my feet because I've had actually much bigger feet than I do have now.
Really?
Yeah, because I used to play sports and I used to be a very sporty person, so like definitely I had a lot more like muscular feet. And I was very like my not even my family, but like my relatives or whatever, they were like, oh, you're playing sports, like that type of look.
Okay.
But then I kind of grown to appreciate it because I mean now more than ever I'm like really, I love my body, so I love my feet as well. I guess I can include that in.
How are women's feet looked upon in the Indian culture?
In Indian culture, I would say it's compared to facial features slash like body, it's not as important, I guess. Definitely in Indian culture, having like very, again, feminine feet and also having it look a certain way, it definitely resonates in a really good way for other people. Especially like with marriage, people have very particular types, I would say, and arranged marriage is a giant thing over there. So like if you don't look a certain way, I mean, they'll just be like, no, I'm sorry, I won't like get married to you. But also like nowadays marriage is changing, the connotations around marriage is changing. So
okay, so in the Indian culture, do men find women's feet attractive? Is it common?
I'm not sure about that, actually. It's a good question. I personally haven't done any research on that. I don't really know too much about it. I'm assuming, I mean, maybe. Like, I would say that, I don't know, like a lot of men in Indian culture definitely look for particular types of girls with particular types of personalities more than like feet. So
really? Personality is important?
Yeah, personality is very important, absolutely.
More important than looks?
Not more important than looks. I guess it's very dependent on the person you're talking to. I personally like a mix of both. Like, I mean, looks are great, but I think personality weighs in more heavily, right? So I don't know how culture is over there, like back home, back in India. Like it's probably changing now, but in general, that's how it is.
Have you ever been complimented on your feet?
No, I really haven't.
How often do you wear like open toe shoes, sandals?
I actually do wear it a lot. Recently, I've been wearing it more often.
How would you feel if a man was interested in your feet? Like you said, oh wow, you have really pretty feet. I like them. They're sexy. How would that make you feel?
I'm not gonna lie, I would probably feel uncomfortable first.
Really? Why is that?
I think because like I wouldn't expect someone to just say that like right off the bat. I would say, I would think like, oh, you have like a really pretty like look to you, you know? Rather than like looking at my feet and being like, oh, that's like really sexy feet, you know?
If he was direct about it, how would you feel about it?
I mean,
you said uncomfortable. Attach that to an emotion.
Okay, sure. So uncomfortable, I would say, okay, emotion.
Yeah.
I would feel awkward. I guess that's probably the emotion I would feel. And I would definitely be put off, like put off by a lot.
Why?
I think it's just because like I would expect someone to come up to me and be like, oh, hi, like how are you? Just talk to me about other things rather than, you know, specific parts of your body.
Okay.
So I don't know, that's
so you wouldn't take it as a compliment?
I would. It again depends on the context, the way it comes out as. Like if it comes out in a really provocative way, I would be like, okay, this is like, all right, stop there, you know. But I mean, if it kind of eases into the conversation, I would say I wouldn't mind.
Let's say somebody was just walking by you and he said respectfully, "Oh wow, you have really pretty feet." Full
Okay,
stop.
I mean, in that sort of way, I mean, I guess I wouldn't take, I don't know, I wouldn't mind.
Okay.
I would say definitely, if that's, I mean, that's gonna be that's something I've never heard of before, but I wouldn't be opposed to it if it was said in that sort of way.
So it's a new experience. Would you embrace it, or would you run away from it, avoid it?
Like the feet experience?
Yeah.
Okay. I would embrace it.
You would embrace
honestly,
it?
Absolutely,
Okay.
because I mean, there's a lot of new things like arising in quarantine. Especially with body positivity, I think it's like taking a big, march up.
Really?
Yeah, I definitely think a lot of people are more, they're starting to like self-internalize a little bit more, but also like reflect on things that they've, wanted to improve on for a while.
You've seen this or heard this?
I've heard this. I've seen it on social media.
Oh,
I haven't,
really?
I mean, tangibly, I haven't seen like, again, evidence for it, but like from like a lot of the, events that have been going on in quarantine, I think one thing that has all united us together is that like we are a big front, and we have our own sense of dignity, our own sense of self-worth, like even if it's just body, right? That is showing, like it's very like prevalent. So
that's interesting, because that's like kind of what I'm doing.
Really?
Yeah, with my YouTube channel. I mean, it's about feet, women's feet. And it's
so
about
cool.
because there's a lot of foot photographers out there, and my channel is growing steadily. I started it about a couple months ago.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
I've already got almost 2,000 subscribers.
Yeah,
I just
that's
reached
pretty
4,000 hours.
amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
So when you say what you just said about social media is like growing towards body positivity because of the quarantine,
Yeah, because of
I'm thinking
quarantine.
maybe there's a correlation there. I don't know.
Yeah,
Gotta look
no,
into
I
it.
definitely have seen it. I'm a girl who loves to be on social media a lot.
Okay.
I do get very, as a woman, I do get very influenced by what is going on, especially with people's bodies too, because I've actually been at that point where I was super insecure about myself.
Okay.
But I think over time though, again, like we've all seen these very interesting like / traumatic events go on during quarantine, and it just gave us all a reason more to embrace ourselves and
I
embrace
see.
our interactions with other people.
So you think people are more open now to new experiences?
I think so.
Because we've been locked up and like
Yeah, we've been locked
people
up.
are looking for a way to just
Yeah, I absolutely think so.
To, like,
and
you
I've
know.
experienced it. I think, my sister, my parents back home have also experienced the same thing. And I think, yeah, we're locked up here, like we can't do as much, but there's other ways our mind is like set to adapt and sort of like acclimate to the new like environment that we're in.
So can we see what your feet look like?
I mean, sure. Okay, like it's not really, it's literally like this.
Yeah, they look good. Put them out, put them out, put them out, put them out. You have a good arch.
Do I?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I
Lay
mean,
your
it's
leg
kind of
flat
dirty
like this.
right now. Like this? Alright, cool.
Both of them. Let's get both feet out.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I think you have pretty feet. I mean,
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I've never, I've never really liked it. I have like dancer's feet, so, I don't know.
take both. Take it.
Alright. Sure. Okay.
All right. Lay your legs flat.
Uh-huh.
I think you have good toe symmetry.
Yes.
Do you get pedicures often?
No, I don't.
You don't? Why not?
I just don't, I don't know. I don't find the need to.
Really?
I'm not a nail polish person. I
Okay.
definitely see myself as more of like going natural type of person.
I dig it.
I like doing
dig
my
it.
my hand nails, my feet nails. It's just I'm lazy too,
Okay.
so I don't want to
Lay your legs
like that. All right.
straight. Toes. You mind if I touch your feet?
Actually, yeah,
You mind? Or-
it's you know what? Actually, I would rather not.
Okay.
Okay.
Why not?
I don't. It's well, you are someone who I just met, so you know.
So what are you feeling right now? Tell me
I'm
what you're feeling.
all right. I'm
Okay.
feeling okay.
But how come you don't want me to touch your feet?
Well, you're new.
So
You're a new person.
I'm a new person. What's me being a new person have to do with someone touching your feet?
Well, definitely that gives me a little bit of like uncomfortable vibes, right?
Why?
Also, 6 feet apart, social distancing, that's also very important. I mean, nothing against like having someone else touch it, but if I don't know a person and they want to touch my feet, like I'm gonna be like, no.
Okay. Is there a reason why? Okay, let's say there was no pandemic, no
Okay.
6 feet apart, and somebody wanted to touch your feet, a stranger. you would say no still? Or
Yes, yes.
Why is that? You
I
said
mean,
because
there's
I'm
no
new.
personal connection, right?
So you're saying there has to be a connection?
Yes, I definitely think so.
What type of connection?
I would rather have that be a thing.
Okay.
That's just my personal preference.
When you say a personal connection, what does that mean?
Personal connection meaning I need to know the person, I guess, long enough, be friends with them, or at least have a good sort of understanding as to like whether our friendship is like bound to live or not. So if our friendship is going on good terms, you know what I mean, then like I wouldn't mind, obviously.
Just to be touched?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's any part of your body?
I mean, any part of my body. Wow, these are very interesting questions. I guess any part of my body, like, yes, I would, that's kind of the way I look at, you know, my friendships. Like, if I do get, like, really close with somebody and, like, yes, I'll feel more comfortable to, like, you know.
How much time does it take?
For me, it does, actually, before
Cross
this.
one leg over the other?
Like
Yeah,
this.
there you go.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay.
How long would it take to know someone, to make that personal connection?
Now I've learned, because from a lot of past experiences, that, you know, friendships can't just like start in a snap. You have to really work for it. So I would say like over maybe like 6 months, I would say.
6
like
months.
Once we've solidified that connection, like I don't mind. And I'm a hugger. Like I do like hugging other people. It's just like being really open, like physically open to like other people, you know what I mean? I wouldn't feel comfortable as long as I like, as much as, if I know them really well, then it's a different story.
So, okay, so there's no touching within the 6 months of knowing a person. So how do you get to know each other?
How do I get to, well, just through conversation, honestly. Like again, like the body ideal, I try to like stray away from it when I do talk to people, because like physicality is important, but what's more important to me is that the person has like a great story to tell and can always like be open to, you know, creating a new friendship or being a loyal friend. So I would say that like that's why I wouldn't bring it up as much. I would rather just really delve into conversation and like know that the person does care about other things than you know, the body / you know, feet, or you know what I mean?
Interesting. I find that very interesting. In a world where everything is just fast, everything's instant, it still takes 6 months to know someone.
Yeah. Right?
Wow. Very
Isn't that cool?
interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think guys will go for that?
Yes.
You do?
I honestly, before I was like, okay, maybe guys would just be like coming up to me, oh yeah, you're hot, like want to do this, and like, I mean, I would never say yes, but that's how it was. That's how, like, it was a fast interaction, like you said. But I think now, as I'm getting older, I'm 20, 21, I'm gonna be 21 soon, and I think at this point in time, things do slow down a little bit. So there's a point in time where some other person may want to just come up to you and, you know, talk to you and maybe fortify a connection that is meant to be. So that's why I'm thinking, you know, even if guys are immature and they don't know how to communicate it, like, it's important to give them a chance to have at least a few months or even years. It takes years to like really come up with that bond, because like then it makes, like, you know, if someone wanted to, oh my god, someone wanted to like touch my feet or like just hug me, it makes that feeling also more powerful and loved.
Okay, I respect that perspective.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Do you have any more recommendations or any critiques or modifications I should make to my approach?
I actually found this very interesting. I don't personally think I would have any like sort of advice for you, because I honestly, like, this is a really cool project now that I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
So I would just stick with what you're doing. These questions are very interesting. So
yeah.
I did like your approach. I was just saying, yeah, I think that one statement definitely got me, but I understand like why you said it. So I would say like that's something, maybe an approach you could change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
Just like the way you phrase it.
Oh, touching your feet, you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Okay, because my mind was kind of distracted. Go over, say what you're gonna say again. Let's go over here.
I do have to leave soon though.
Okay, like 5 more minutes. Is that okay?
Yeah, I think 5 should be fine.
Okay.
I just have to go back.
All right, so we'll sit over here. So what were you saying about the touching of the feet?
Yeah, I mean, as a woman who's just kind of like walking around campus, you know, like getting asked that question is very like off-putting, although it does like lead up to another purpose.
Right.
So definitely, I don't know, rephrasing could be a good idea. I'm just giving some suggestions here.
So I forgot to explain this part, and then I'll let you go. I talk about mental health on my YouTube channel. Okay. And because there's a lot of anxiety that comes along with, as a foot photographer, going up to strangers, women, and trying to get them to, you know, do foot modeling. So the reason why I asked it like that and phrase it that way is to get your reaction.
Oh, got you. Okay.
So that we can see how you react and see how you cope with it, so that other photographers can see this is how you cope.
Interesting.
And
okay.
you know how you deal with someone who might be uncomfortable about the situation, how to like get them to cope with the feeling. So that's why I phrase it that way.
Okay, no, I understand now. Okay, that makes more sense now you explained it.
All right.
But your approach is great, though. I think this is a really great channel to have, right? Especially promoting mental health awareness through, you know, questions like these. It's very important.
Thank you very much.
Of course, thank you. Thank you so much for
take care.
Yeah, catching me up there.
All right, bye bye.
All right, bye. Thank you.
I'm just have you stay on the stairs. Okay, so what just happened just now?
All right, you came up to me and asked if you could interview me about my feet.
Yeah, and what was your initial reaction? How did you feel about that question?
I felt it was a little weird, I'm not gonna lie, just because I don't think that's a thing that people usually talk about.
Yeah, okay. When you say weird, can you attach that to an emotion?
Like discomfort, maybe?
Discomfort. Okay. So you said it's because many people don't ask you about it.
Yeah, it's not like a common topic of conversation.
Okay, so how do you cope with like a new experience like that?
I feel like it's just in new experiences in general, you just kind of have to if you like them, then you just kind of keep doing them, you become comfortable with them in general. Yeah. Okay,
so why did you say yes? You said it was uncomfortable, it was weird, so why did you say yes to the interview?
Because I want to try it. I don't know. Yeah, I just wanted to, I don't know. It's like interesting and just, why not?
Okay, I like that. Yeah. So how do you feel about your feet?
I don't really, I'm pretty neutral.
I like your Vans though. I like that color Vans.
Thank you, they're very new.
Yeah,
yeah, pretty neutral. Like, I don't really think about them very much.
Okay, how often do you wear sandals or go barefoot? Open-toe shoes?
Kind of. I just wear flip-flops whenever I'm like running out of the house or like going to the beach, but not very often.
Not very often?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever been complimented on your feet?
No.
No?
I don't think that's a common thing.
Do you think you have pretty feet?
I don't think any feet are really pretty, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever,
Okay, well, let me rephrase like this. If a guy said you had pretty feet, how would you feel about it?
I still think it's weird, just because it's just like a unusual body part in my opinion. I don't know.
But I mean, it's a compliment.
It's a compliment. I would definitely say thank you, but I'd still feel a little uncomfortable.
You feel uncomfortable and awkward? Why is that?
It's just just because it's not a common topic of conversation. I feel like it's not like common to notice for most people, or it's not mainstream to notice. Maybe people do notice, but they don't always like voice their opinion on it. Right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, what if a guy like really liked your feet and wanted to give you a foot massage, rub on them, kiss on them, smell on them? How would you react to that?
I would feel very uncomfortable.
You would feel uncomfortable, huh?
Yeah, I don't think I'd be comfortable with that.
Okay, wouldn't be comfortable. Would you embrace it or would you avoid it?
I'd probably avoid it.
You avoid it?
Being honest, yeah.
Even though it's a new experience?
Yeah.
You're trying out an interview, but you wouldn't try that out.
Yeah, interview's a little bit more safe.
What's unsafe about that?
Well, it's just I don't know. It just makes me uncomfortable.
Just makes you uncomfortable.
Like in an interview is like just talking, whereas that's like actual like contact. So I feel like it's weirder. I don't know.
Okay, so you don't like to be touched?
Yeah, not my feet.
Okay, so everything but your feet. Your feet are off limits. That's interesting.
Yeah.
What's the reason behind that? What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know if it's like nature or nurture, but I just feel like just in society in general, it's not a common thing to.
Okay. Have you ever had a bad experience around your feet?
No, I don't think so.
So it's just something subconscious that you don't even know.
Yeah.
Okay. So I asked you earlier, but can we see your feet?
I don't know if I feel comfortable with that. I'm sorry.
Is that yes or no?
That's a no.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, then let me ask you this. Do you have any suggestions or recommendations of how I can approach better? Any critiques?
No, I feel like in general, like it's a you know, weird subject to ask people about in general, but I think you approached well and you were kind about it, so I think you did well.
Okay.
Yeah, you got me to talk about something that I'm not entirely comfortable about, so I think you did all right.
Well, thank you for being open-minded to this new experience.
Yeah, of course.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
And have a nice day.
Thank you. Yeah,
enjoy
you
your
too.
Halloween.
Yeah, you too.
All right, bye-bye. Hi, can I interview you for my YouTube channel?
Huh?
Can I interview you for my YouTube channel?
Maybe.
Okay, I'm a barefoot photographer.
What is it for?
I'm a barefoot photographer, feet photographer.
Okay.
So it's about your feet,
Okay.
bare feet. I want to
Okay.
talk to you about foot photography and get your reaction to it and see how
I
you
have
like
a few
it.
friends that sell feet pics. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You could definitely talk about that.
Yeah.
You cool?
Yeah.
All right, let's let me have you sit right here. Yeah, just sit right here. She sells feet pics, so this is gonna be interesting. All right. So what just happened just now?
I was stopped to ask to talk about feet pictures.
Okay. And what was your reaction to it? How'd you feel when I asked you that?
I'm a little bit of an introvert, so I was a little uncomfortable, but that was just my initial reaction.
Why did you say yes?
Because I got nothing else to do on Halloween.
Okay. So you said that your friend sells feet pictures.
Correct.
How did she get into that? Explain that one.
She's got really nice feet, and she wanted some extra money on the side.
Okay.
So
What platform she used?
I honestly don't know.
You don't know?
I'm
Okay.
sorry now.
How long she been doing it?
Just this year she started.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I love it.
You do? Why?
Yeah, because it empowers her.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, and she can make money off people who are kinky for feet.
Okay. Okay. Have you ever considered doing it?
No, I have athlete feet.
You have athlete feet?
Yeah, I'm a runner. So.
Oh, you're a runner? Okay.
Yeah, no, not so pretty. I'd take the photos for her. I like photography, so.
Oh, you do the photos for
But I wouldn't take pictures of my feet. I don't think anyone would want that.
You wouldn't what?
I don't think anyone would want that.
Okay. My YouTube is about approaching strangers, getting them to talk about feet and see what their reaction is, basically. So I teach other foot photographers how to approach strangers and get over anxiety. It's my website. My YouTube is also about mental health. So if you have like a fear of approaching strangers, they tell you in dialectical behavioral therapy, they tell you to approach strangers, do it over and over again until the anxiety, the fear of it goes away. That's how you get over it.
I really like that.
Yeah, that's how you get over certain fears, anxiety, shame. So if you have like a fear of showing your feet or whatever, they'll tell you, like, you know, what's the worst that can happen? Okay, you'll feel embarrassed, you'll feel uncomfortable, but if nothing bad is going to happen, if there's no threat to your life, there's no threat to your safety, the only thing you're doing is preventing yourself from experiencing a new experience that could be pleasant.
I like that.
You know?
Maybe I will consider taking foot pictures with her
Yeah,
next time.
you never know. It might be guys that like your feet. You never know. You know, you could be missing out on something positive. So,
yeah.
Considering that, can we see your feet?
Why not?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Those Doc Martens?
Yes.
I used to own a pair of Docs.
They last forever.
Yeah, they do.
I don't know
How long
what
you been
condition
running?
they're in, but you know what? Screw it. I also have a chicken tattoo.
You have a chicken tattoo?
Yeah.
What made you want to get that? Hold your feet all the way up straight? Okay, let's see the other one.
Oh, okay.
What made you want to get into a chicken tattoo?
Chicken tattoo? I just love chickens. No other reason.
You love to eat them, or you like have them as pets?
I'm vegan. I'm vegetarian, but
Really? So why you like chickens? Give me the story on that.
I just think they're hilarious. The way they bob their head when they walk.
Okay.
And they're just so innocent.
I used to have a pet chicken.
Oh,
actually.
really?
Yeah. When I was in Indonesia, I lived over there for a while.
I think they're great companions.
There was this chicken that was kind of like lame, and all the other chickens rejected him. So he would hang out with the humans all the time. So he was like really friendly with humans, and he didn't have any chicken friends, so we like embraced them.
See, they're the best.
Straight. So do you ever like get pedicures or?
Nope.
Why not?
It's expensive.
You don't do your own
I mean,
pedicures?
I've done it. I did it once in high school for like formal.
Okay.
And it felt really nice, but I should definitely treat myself to that more.
Yeah, why not? And why not you know, join your friend. She knows the business, obviously.
Are you just saying I need a pedicure?
I mean, we all need
to
touch up on ourselves, you know, especially with this quarantine. People are getting lazy. Oh my God. Yeah, why not? So how do you feel about this experience right now?
I like it because I haven't met a lot of people on this campus yet because it's my first quarter. And
your first quarter freshman?
It's online, so no, I'm a transfer. But,
you're a transfer?
Yeah, so I haven't had a chance to meet a lot of people. So this is nice. I've walked on campus a couple times, but haven't.
Are you a freshman or a sophomore?
Junior.
You're a junior?
Yeah,
okay.
so I'm transferring in as a junior.
Okay. So how do you like the transition from pre-pandemic to the post-pandemic with the school year and everything? How do you like it so far?
I don't.
You don't?
No, obviously the nice part is that you can just wake up and walk to your desk for class. You don't have to get ready or anything. But I think I need the social part and the interaction and club events just to be around people because I think I struggle otherwise. Okay.
Well, hey, do what I'm doing. Start a YouTube channel and start
I like it.
Approaching people and, you know.
Yeah.
It's a good way to meet people and, you know,
yeah,
get social with people because, you know, a lot of people, one girl hadn't talked to someone in 6 months.
Oh my God.
She walks on campus all the time. She says, like, nobody approaches anybody and I haven't talked to anybody in 6 months. You're the first person I've talked to in 6 months. I'm like,
that's super cool. Yeah, if I didn't have my roommate, then I probably wouldn't have talked to many people since I've been here besides, like, in the grocery store. But
hold your feet up one more time. Let me get one more shot. Can I touch your feet? It's okay?
Yeah, sure.
Hold them all the way up. Both feet. Get the bottoms. Scrunch them down.
Wait?
Scrunch them down. Like, yeah. There you go. Yeah, they're cute. I say just get a pedicure. You'll be good.
Oh my God.
All right. That's it. Do you have any suggestions or critiques about my approach? Any modifications I should make?
I guess maybe say like what you're gonna be interviewing about it first, because I think some people, especially during like such critical times, can get kind of intimidated by an interview.
Yeah.
So maybe just make a more like funny approach, like, hey, you wanna talk about feet?
Okay.
Can I interview you about feet for my channel?
Okay.
And then they'll be like, oh, a not so serious topic. Now I can kind of relax. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate that.
So I wasn't sure if it was gonna be like a political one at first, and I was like, oh.
A political thing about feet?
No. Before you said, when you just said interview, I was
like, I see what you mean.
I'm just trying to relax right now.
I see what you mean. So I should say, can I interview you about your feet?
Yeah. It just, if that's what you're gonna keep doing, like it just might make people feel a little bit more comfortable if you approach them, especially if they're by themselves.
Gotcha. You know, that's a good idea. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem.
All right,
Thank you
enjoy
for
the rest of your
reaching
day.
out.
All right. No problem. Take care.